None. I mean, again, that's not the goal. The goal is not to host. The goal is to win the tournament. Yeah, I mean, I thought this past weekend, I mean, defensively we were outstanding. We didn't pitch as good as we needed to in a couple of spots, but we did have some guys step up and give us some big outs and some big innings. And so, yeah, pleased with how we're playing. Now we got to go make plays when they count. Well, I don't know. The best possible position is you got to make it here. So we're here. Other than that, that's like I say. That hosting stuff's overrated. No, go back and look. Nobody wins it that hosts. So we're going to try to break the streak. So that's the biggest thing I don't want our guys getting caught up in is thinking we've done anything because we hadn't done nothing. We get to play at home. We don't have to travel. We've traveled the past few years. It's been pretty good to us. So, again, we play well at the regional. We plan on playing well again at the regional. You can't go, this has been successful. This is not successful unless we win the regional. So hosting's great and all that stuff. Yay, let's go. But there's no reason to go have the party yet. No, it's because all the teams are really good. And we have a flawed system when it comes to seeding people. I think we finally got it right for the first year in a long time. It's going to be big. I mean, we're going to have to be tough. That's the thing. You don't get through a 6-team regional in 4 days. It's a grind, and it's tough. It's not just the seniors. I mean, it's everybody. But, Kenton and Matt as our team captains have done a great job instilling that in our team. And, we'll see how tough we are this weekend. No, I'm not looking forward to playing them. Todd Holland, who was the coach at Cameron, I mean, he always does a great job, and they're going to be good. So, no, I really don't want to play any of them. I'd like for it to rain for 10 days, and we're the 1 seed, and we win and go on. I don't know. He's nuts. So that always scares me a little bit. They're a good team. They've played really, really well here the second half of the season. So they're going to come in feeling good. But that's the thing. Every team hears that. So you just got to go out and play better than them that day.
Well, it didn't matter who it was going to be. It was going to be tough. But Texas Women's is definitely an athletic team that they have 4 quality pitchers they can bring at you, and they're hot right now. To be able to go up to West Texas A&M and go through that thing after losing the first game and come back and win 4 games in a row to win that regional is quite an accomplishment. So they're a team that's going to be riding a high right now, and we just need to step out in game 1 and try to knock that high down however we can do it. It's going to be a challenge, and we've already beaten them 4 times this year, which kind of scares you when you're 4-0 against a team. But at the same time, it's better than being 0-4 and trying to figure out how to beat them. So we just need a great week of practice and great week of preparation and just however you can scratch, claw, fight, spit, whatever you got to do to win 2 games this weekend is what it's all about. She was just clutch, to come out and hit 2 6th-inning game-winning home runs and then, be in the circle or for part of those as well. That's what you want out of your senior, who's been a great player since she walked on campus. And, she's had a couple of postseasons where things didn't go her way. So I was just thrilled for her to be a senior and come out and have such a great regional tournament during her senior year, because she's had a great career. And, I'd love nothing more for her to finish it at the national tournament. Very good. Morgan's been phenomenal here the last couple of weeks, and we're going to do whatever we can to win. So we got 3 games possibly to have to play, and we have 3 quality pitchers, and it just kind of depends on what happens Friday night. If I don't think there's any secrets, we're going to go with Brandy in game 1, and I'm pretty sure it's not a secret that they're going to throw Walker in game 1. So, if she could go out and throw us a complete game and get a win, then that kind of gives us a luxury on decision making for game 2. But if we feel like we need to throw Brandy for all 3 of them, we'll throw Brandy for all 3 of them. If, there's just – you got a game plan for game 1, and that's about it. And then from there, you just kind of go with the flow and gut feelings and all that kind of thing. I watched a video yesterday of 2 games, and I bet they left 12 runners on base in those 2 games or more. They had a lot of opportunities to score a lot of runs, but we were able to make pitches and make plays to keep them from scoring. So it wasn't like we just went out and dominated them in the circle. They're an athletic team. They've got kids that can swing it, and they've got a couple of kids that can run pretty good. So they create opportunities for themselves, and we've just been really good against them, like we have the majority of teams this year of keeping them from scoring, and that's going to have to be the way it is again this week. I think in game 1 of the series, the first time we played them, I'm pretty sure they left the bases loaded 2 or 3 times in that game, and they scored 2 in the first, and that was it. Kennedy was really good, and Brandy came in relief to shut them down. So, don't look into that 18-3 as if we've just dominated them, because it hadn't been that way. We've had to really fight and make some plays and make some pitches to keep them from scoring. I do. I don't know how to combat it, but I do expect it. And both of their number 1 and number 2, both of them hit, and they're both going to be in the lineup. So the way the softball rules work, they can switch them every pitch if they wanted to. You literally could do that by the rules. So I'm gonna think about it and give me a couple of days, and we'll see what we can do. But really, it's going to be whoever's in the batter's box is in the batter's box. And we're not going to start pinch hitting and all that kind of stuff to try to. That's the ones we got in there, and we got a couple that we trust on the bench, and we're just going to have to prepare them to expect it, and don't be surprised by it.
I know it's probably going to be hard.
I'm impressed that you know that. Yeah, that's pretty impressive. Well, you just got to take it as if it's the same as the regular season. Playing in the Lone Star Conference in South Central Region is hard every day that you go out and play. There's no gimmies just because it's a regular season. So really, this is no different. We love being at home. We love the fact that we're going to have that home crowd advantage. That energy can be intimidating to some other teams because there's not a lot of softball teams in Division II floating around that have the kind of crowd support and the kind of energy that our stadium creates. So, we want a humongous crowd Thursday night, and then Friday, as many people as we can possibly get in there. So really, you just gotta go play, and there's going to be pressure on both sides, and whoever responds to it the best is going to be in a little bit of an advantage. But being at home isn't a big advantage for us, and not being in a hostile environment, instead being in a very electric pro ASU environment. Been a fun spring around here, huh? Yeah. Y'all remember that next fall when we kind of forget about us in the spring. Don't forget about us. But we're going to be out there working our tails off. They're going to be working their tails off. And don't get me wrong, we wish nothing but the best for every team wearing an Angelo State uniform. But what Coach Brooks has done over there on that baseball program has been phenomenal, and to have his opportunity to go back to the 3rd straight College World Series, he's kind of in that position that we were in there in the 07 to 2010 range, where we had a shot at it every year and went 2 out of the 3, I believe. It's a lot of fun. It's fun for our fans. It's fun for our students. And it's fun for you guys, I'm sure. It's easier to report on winning teams than it is losing teams. And, it just creates a lot of energy around here and a lot of positivity. And once again, we're going to be hosting at the same time, so you're going to have to pick and choose what to do. And, hey, if you're a loyal baseball fan, get over there. If you're a loyal softball fan, be over there. And if there's any way you can bounce back and forth, and I don't know what their game schedule looks like yet, but I'm sure there will be conflict again. But it's – huh? Y'all are playing at noon on Thursday? Well, there you go. There you go. You can go catch some baseball at noon, then head over to the softball, go get something to eat, and head over to softball at 7. And hopefully we can win the thing pretty early on Friday, and I can go watch baseball the rest of the weekend.